Okay, let's talk about something weird. Billions of us every single day willingly eat food that causes us pain. I'm talking about spicy food, of course. So in this explainer, we're going to get to the bottom of this delicious mystery. Why do we crave something that our bodies are screaming is pure pain?
I mean, seriously, think about it. Why is pain so delicious? Why on earth would we go looking for something that makes our eyes water, our nose run, and our mouth feel like it's literally on fire? It's time to peel back the layers of this uniquely human obsession.
So, to really get a handle on our love for spice, let's jump right into the deep end. I'm talking about the extreme stuff, the viral hot pepper challenge. Oh, you've seen the videos. Some brave or maybe foolish soul holds up a ghost pepper or a Carolina Reaper, takes a huge bite, and then, well, the chaos begins. And the body's reaction is immediate. First up, sweating. And I don't just mean a little bit of a glow. This is your body's emergency cooling system going into total overdrive because it's absolutely convinced it's dealing with a real internal fire. Then, as the panic really escalates, your body does what it has to do. It tries to get rid of the threat. And that can mean, well, vomiting. In some of the most extreme cases from these challenges, people have actually ruptured their esophagus. I mean, that's how forceful and violent the reaction is to something you just ate. And it gets even crazier. In the most severe cases, people have reported some seriously wild effects, like hallucinations or their vision getting blurry. The body's defense systems are just so overwhelmed that it can start messing with your actual perception of reality, which, brings us back to the main question. Why would anyone do this? But here's what's so fascinating. Despite all that intense physical drama, it's actually incredibly hard to eat a lethal dose of these peppers. Seriously. Research suggests a 150-pound adult would have to eat about 3 pounds of the hottest peppers for it to be fatal. So even though it feels like you're in serious danger, you're almost certainly not. And that right there, that's a huge clue. Okay, so if the danger isn't real, then what in the world is actually going on? Well, the secret to why we love spice, it actually has nothing to do with taste. It's all a brilliant and maybe a little cruel chemical trick that nature is playing on our nervous system. Let me introduce you to the culprit, a little chemical called capsaicin. This is the active compound in chili peppers that gives them their kick. And here's the big twist. Capsaicin has zero to do with flavor in the way we normally think about it. It's basically an imposter. So get this. Your tongue has all these taste receptors, right? For sweet, sour, salty, all that good stuff. Capsaicin just blows right past them. It completely ignores them. Instead, it goes straight for the pain receptors in your mouth. The exact same ones that would be screaming bloody murder if you touched a hot stove. It's not faking heat. It's triggering the very same nerves that detect a real burn. It's pain, just dressed up as flavor. Which, of course, brings us to the psychology of it all. I mean, if our body is screaming danger, how on earth do we learn to actually enjoy it? Well, it turns out our incredibly clever brains eventually learn to see through the con. Yeah, there's a name for this. Neuroscientists call it benign masochism. So the first time you eat something super spicy, it's just pure shock. But your brain is smart. It quickly figures out, hey, wait a minute, there's no actual fire here, no real damage. It learns the threat isn't real. It's kind of like watching a horror movie or riding a roller coaster. Your body feels the thrill and the fear, but your mind knows you're perfectly safe. This mental rewiring turns pain into a thrilling little game, and you come out the other side feeling like you've conquered something. But wait, there's more. Overcoming that fake pain doesn't just give you a little psychological boost. Oh no, it comes with a very real, very physical, chemical payoff, straight from your own body. And this quote just nails it. The chili hurts, yes, but the recovery is euphoric. Because after that initial fire in your mouth starts to die down, there's this wave of relief, this amazing sense of well-being that just washes over you. And that feeling, it's not just in your head. It's 100% chemical. See, to fight back against all those pain signals from the capsaicin, your brain floods your system with endorphins. These are your body's own built-in natural painkillers. And they create this mild, kind of addictive sense of euphoria. Think of it like a runner's high, but for your mouth. This chemical reward for your bravery is exactly what keeps you coming back for more. Okay, so we've got the biology, we've got the psychology, but there's still one more huge piece of this puzzle, and that's the social side of things. I mean, think about it. Eating spicy food is rarely a quiet, solo activity, right? It's a performance.
It becomes this kind of shared ritual. It's a test of composure, you know? A chance to brag a little bit. It's a signal of strength, a way to show you can take the heat. People don't just eat spicy food, they perform their tolerance of it. It's a way to bond with friends, to challenge each other, and let's be real, to flatter the ego a little bit.
And once you're in this spicy club, you're in on all the secrets. For example, you learn that grabbing a glass of water is a total rookie mistake. It just spreads the capsaicin around and makes things worse. The real pros know that you need something with dairy, like milk or yogurt. The casein protein in there is what actually puts out the fire. All right, let's wrap this all up. Let's bring it all together. Why do we, and by the way, we are the only species on Earth that does this, why do we actively seek out the burn of a chili pepper? It turns out our love of spicy food is this perfect storm of biology, psychology, and culture. It's a form of benign masochism, right? It gives us a safe thrill with zero real danger. It triggers that awesome endorphin rush as a reward. It literally turns pain into entertainment. And it lets us prove to ourselves, and maybe to our friends, that yeah, we can take the heat. And that just leaves us with one final thought to chew on. This whole thing is an incredible testament to how adaptable our brains are, how they can completely reinterpret signals and find pleasure in the most unexpected places. Which kind of makes you wonder, right? If our brains can learn to enjoy pain as pleasure, what other limits are we just imagining?